Okay, now we have with us from the 174-pound championship, Carter Starocci. How did I do?
Pretty decent.
All right. Carter is from Penn State. So, Carter, when you're comfortable, if you could give us some general comments about your semifinal match.
Yeah, it's always fun being out there and going against Shane. He's a tough kid, so it's always fun. Like for me, it's easy to wrestle those really good matches because you know the other kid's gonna wrestle and bring it. And he wants to be there, so it's just more exciting. But I don't have too many comments on that match because now it's in the past and we're getting ready to take on the finals and get that fourth one.
Okay, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Got lots of hands here. Let's start over here on the far left.
Ryan Holmes, Intermat. Carter, talk about your offense, how you've had to maybe change it, modify it a little bit up against guys that, know you have a knee brace on. It's a little bit different this time around. How have you had to modify your offense to accommodate for that? And how have you approached a lot of these matches this weekend?
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment for sure. It's an adjustment that when you walk out there and you're like, oh, wow, this is different just because when you're at practice, guys are kind of helping you out and things like that. But there's tactics and things like that. But at the end of the day, who wants it more, And so you got to be able to protect yourself out there and get to your offense. And I think it's the same, but it's different, like you said. But I don't know. When I'm out there, I really couldn't care less about my knee. You know what I mean? I chose to wrestle. So if it stays in Kansas City, it stays here. So you can always repair that. So that's the mindset going in.
Let's go to the middle in the front row.
Carter, Nate Cobbler from the Center Daily Times. Can you just take us through your mindset coming into this, knowing what you've gone through the past 2 weeks here, in general?
Yeah. It's a lot. Definitely a roller coaster for sure. I think having such as veteran guys around me, like the coaching staff, my teammates, my family, just having people nose in my ear is good. But it's kind of on the same token, I don't know if it's so good because I'm the kind of guy, if you tell me to do this, I want to do the other thing, And then if I want to do something and you tell me to do that now, I kind of want to do something else. So, but at the end of the day, I got to make sure that I'm always listening to the coaches because they've done everything that I wanted to do. So, and the mindset again it's just the same. Every single match, it's you got to go out there and get your hand raised. So that's the bottom line.
Okay, I saw lots of hands earlier. Okay, let's go to this one over here on the right.
2 questions, Carter. The first, just to be able to wrestle 2 national champs on the same day and have neither of them score a point on you, what does that mean to you?
I don't know. I can feel like those guys are really good wrestlers, but I think when you wrestle me and the lights are on and those ankle bracelets get strapped up and the butt clenches up a little bit and those nerves sink in, it's a whole different ball game. So it's something that you really can't prepare for. I'm coming forward the whole time, so it's something you really can't game plan, and then it's your coaches in the corner are yelling things to do, and then I'm thinking in my head, like, you come out here and do it, and see how that works for you. So that's kind of my thoughts.
Like yesterday, you gave up a couple early takedowns. You were a little sluggish today. You seemed a lot better. What changed for you today?
I think that goes along with the first question he asked over there, just kind of like the tactics and things like that. So when it's one of those numbers where you get out there, it's like, all right, and you kind of learn when you're out there. Like there's no experience or knowledge like or there's no knowledge like experience. You can talk this whole game plan and this like that, but when you're out there, you got to be able to make those end-game adjustments. And then at this point, it's just about being smart and living to see another day. So that's a different strategy I've had to learn, like being here this weekend, because usually when I smell blood in the water, I go after it. So and it's no different, but this time you gotta be a little more precise.
Any other questions for Carter? Right here on the front row, please.
Nate Cobbler again with Center Daily Times. Carter, you're on the brink of history. So how do you kind of not keep that out of focus, I guess you could say, while still doing the task at hand?
It's one of those numbers where, like, every single day you wake up on Monday, Tuesday, you kind of envision yourself making history every single day. So then when you're actually living it, it's almost as if it's not so real. Because when you're in your bed and you're thinking about it, it almost feels so real. Then when you're out there, it kind of goes by so fast, and your teammates, and you're cheering for them. And so it's a lot more going on when you're actually living the experience. and in terms of staying focused, history comes and goes, and it's something that when I go out there, it's tomorrow night and I win, and it's cool. Everyone's screaming your name, and then kind of like a month later, it's all right. It's the Olympic trials, and then this, and then it kind of fades as time goes on. So it's just one of those numbers where you can't let the sport be bigger than what it is. It's something that we love to do. It's something that for me, like I wouldn't rather be anywhere else in the world right now than here. You couldn't put me in California on a beach or whatever. I mean, I want to be here. So it's one of those numbers where you kind of just enjoy it, because you can't really do this game forever, and that's a weird thought. But just while I'm doing it, I want to do as much as I can.
Okay, on the right on the front row.
Carter, you got Rocco Welsh, another Pennsylvania guy in the finals. You got to wrestle him once this year already. What did you take away from that match that you think you can improve upon or maybe build upon?
Yeah, I think the more times I get my hands on someone, it always favors me. Just my ability to learn and pick these guys apart. It's something that I think is what really separates me. And yeah, I mean, it's another match that I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna go forward. I'm gonna impose my will. I'm gonna score points. I'm gonna get my hand raised. So yeah, I mean, it's no different as if it was anybody in the entire bracket.
Okay, let's go over here to the left.
You guys have been a dominant team for a long time. Obviously, there's guys that were in the lineup before you. You came in as a freshman, didn't skip a beat, continue that trend of winning titles, but now you're a senior. You're the leader on the team. How has your mentality changed? How has your leadership aspect changed for you to push those younger guys? Messenbrink already in the finals, Kovac coming through the other side. Like, how has that changed for you as you're reaching for your goals, but still trying to pull these guys up?
Yeah. I think the leader on the team is Coach Cale Sanderson, Coach Casey, Coach Cody, and Coach Jeannie Kennedy. I think those are the real leaders on the team. Just because you see all those guys lead by example every single day, and it's something that, like, I just look at and I'm just like, geez, these guys are there every single morning. Like, when we come back from NCAAs, like, you think, oh, like, we're the team champs, let's celebrate. Those guys are in the room. It's bright and early. And just to see the level of commitment on those guys, it's just kind of motivates. I wouldn't say motivates. It kind of just I don't know. It kind of it puts this fire into you, and almost being at Penn State. I think for me, it's one of those numbers where when I was in high school coming up, I was always eating clean at lunches and stuff like that, and everyone's like, oh, like that food looks dry, it looks nasty, and it's all one big joke. But at Penn State, I think it's cool to be your best self, and it's almost like you're encouraged to be the best version of yourself, and always asking questions, always finding like those small things that may it's make a difference, even if it does or it doesn't. If you think it's making a difference, then everyone's on board, kind of supporting you along. So I think that's kind of it's the big power in Penn State.
Okay, we got time for just a couple more. Here's one on the front row in the middle.
How's it going, Carter?
What's going
Zach Allen, Daily Collegian. It was a month ago where you couldn't even walk off the mat, and we really didn't know if we'd even see you here. And now you're in the finals. How did you? What was your rehab process like, and how did you get yourself to a point where you're even in a position to make this run?
Yeah, I think it's just testament just the mindset, like just your belief. I think this time it really grew me closer within myself, and I look to God a lot more too. And so it's one of those numbers that I got to make sure that when this is all said and done, that I keep on that journey and keep my relationship with God going every single day. Just not when my back's against the wall and I need to heal up in a short amount of time. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that I look well beyond wrestling and kind of using these things just for it's tomorrow night. So I want to make sure that I'm staying on that path for it's my entire life. And just, I mean, it's been a long road every single day from like 6 in the morning until like 11 at night, doing something to get a little bit healthier and just kind of just keeping that faith. And I think at the end of the day, if you're healthy or not healthy, I mean, I remember Aaron Brooks made a comment to me one time. He was like, are you really that good if you need to do every single thing right just to win? Are you really that good? And I thought about it. I was like, that's a good way of looking at it, So it's just you should be able to win under any circumstances, pretty much. That's kind of what he was getting at.
Okay, we got time for one more. Anybody want it? Okay, Carter. Thank you very much. Good luck to you.